morning, I'm Lynn, and welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. I hear Arnie out there, so let's go see what's on today's agenda.
What are we doing today, babe? We're going to deworm some sheep.
Probably that's what we're doing.
And we're going to get another breeding group ready.
Probably that's what we're doing.
Dorsets.
Yeah, this will be for Hamish.
Dorsets.
So today's, I guess, a back to work day.
Not really. Getting a group of ewes ready for a ram is actually exciting. It's new genetics and you're looking forward to it.
I'll remember that when we're going through the chutes and someone's losing their temper.
What's nicer? Christmas morning, opening up your gifts, or going to see a Christmas baby? What's nicer?
A Christmas lamb, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, depends. If the Christmas lamb is doing well up on his feet nursing, yeah, for sure. But if I have to bottle feed
well, I was going to say a Christmas lamb would be nice.
Or he's got hypothermia because it's brutal conditions.
A Christmas lamb would be nice, but a Christmas 20 lambs would be not nice. It's a meltdown on Christmas morning. But anyways, so no, we're gonna do that today.
Okay.
It's actually a nice cool day.
Yeah.
Half an inch of rain this morning. So I actually want to do a little talk on drought conditions.
Okay.
Because
we'll see if we have time for that today, or it might be tomorrow.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out, we didn't really have a lot of rain. We had a little bit of rain all summer long, and we actually have extremely good crops. But there's a secret to that. And I'm going to tell people why that turned out that way. Because we'll talk about it later on.
Arnie's just getting some hay to put in these barns, because the way we're feeding it right now, that's wet hay, we're able to feed a bale a day, which is what we're wanting to happen, because you don't want that wrapped hay sitting around. Like we've said before, it will mold, and it gets a rank smell on it, so the sheep don't want to eat it anyway. So we've got enough sheep in the barn right now that they're able to go through one bale a day. And I guess we're gonna have another breeding group in here today, so at that point we'll probably be feeding 2 wrap bales a day, one for each barn, and we won't have to take that center core out anymore. Cleaned out the water, did the salt and mineral and sheriff's group here. There he is. He's our big ram with the New Zealand genetics. New Zealand and Australia are really putting the meat on their Dorsets. And like we've said before, even though we're in breeding stock, it's a meat market. So if you're going to be in sheep, you got to produce the meat. And we are extremely happy with the New Zealand and Australian genetics we've added to the flock. We'll be removing these rams later on and just leaving Hamish in here. Hamish is our Australian ram. And then the final breeding group will go to Casanova, who would be the North American lines. And this is Casanova. The North American sheep are much taller. Hey, buddy? So they give you frame. Hi. And you are New Zealand bloodlines. But the people down under are definitely putting the meat on the rams. Hi. You're special. This is Cash, our ram lamb from last year. So we're into the breeding groups here. Like I mentioned, the breeding groups are the size we have them at, just so that we can fit them into the barn. We can only fit 120 to 130 lambing at a time in this barn. And you know we're lambing in the dead of winter when it can get as cold as minus 20, minus 30 degrees. So we got to have this barn packed full but we can't have so many that are lambing that we can't fit them all in here and that we start losing lambs. So we aim for 120 per group in the whole barn, which is about 30 ewes per ram. Knockout and Gladiator, because we want to get some offspring from them, have 35 ewes per group. But that'll fit everybody in if push comes to shove, and then we stagger them after that and start adding groups as we anticipate these will lamb and get to the coveralls, making room for others to go in. So far that's worked, and it can be tight, but it works well for us, and that's why we don't have everybody breeding all at once. You can only do what you have room for and what the conditions permit. Hi, Glad. Hi. You a bit hungry? Hi, you're a good boy. Someone said maybe it would be easier to roll the bale all the way to the other end and then just pick up the little center core from the front. And in theory, yes, definitely that would be easier than driving the skid steer through here. But this is an extremely heavy bale, so he's peeling it away, so by the end it's a lot lighter. At the very beginning it's about 700 pounds, and you don't want to push 700 pounds that far. So that's why we go and pick up center core, which is not a big deal. These aren't lambs, they're not going to get run over or anything like that. Heave! How old are you?
These are 1,000 pounds. That's well.
Oh, 1,000? Okay. I said 700. Maybe that would be dry hay.
Dry hay is about 650, 700. But these gotta be 1,000, maybe even better. A little hard to push.
Keeps you in shape at your ripe young age.
I'll be honest with you, if I was younger, I would definitely think of a better way to feed these.
Sure.
Not at my age.
Yeah. Yeah, we're near the end. We keep saying that. I figure we still got another 10 years in us. And then who knows, we might be dead. Isn't that sad? Time goes so fast. You gotta admire these young farmers. They're right at the beginning of their careers. And so this is our first cut wrapped hay. And it'll be a mixture of grasses and alfalfa. I think most of this stuff is like 60% alfalfa, and the rest is a mixture of various grasses. But because it's wrapped, as opposed to being baled dry, it's softer, it ferments a little bit. The sheep really, really love it. It has a different smell. They need some roughage for their rumens to function, but some of the dry hay is just a little too coarse because it's harder to get the dry hay off, because inevitably when you want to take dry hay off it starts raining and then you can't get it, and then it goes to seed and head and it goes coarse and loses its quality. So that's why as farmers like the wrapped stuff, because we can produce first cut hay that has some quality to it.
And we fed the second cut, remember, in the third cut especially?
Yeah.
And the third cut's so fine, I swear the sheep pig out on it and then they don't eat anymore. And I think third cut is just too soft. It just has no fiber to it. This here is, yeah, I'm thinking that's better stuff than when I was milking cows.
Okay. We're just going to move them back out of the way a little bit, disturb their meal. Ben and Katie, come on. Max. Looks like they need some bedding in here because the rain blew in last night. Probably gonna get some straw over here too. We don't want sheep laying down in the muck. Luckily, this year there's no shortage of any kind of grasses, straws, or anything. We're well set up for the winter. Girls, turn around. There you go. Got the gate put back up. Now we're just gonna give this little bale to these sheep. Even though it's a little cooler these days, it's still quite warm. And because we're getting breeding groups set up, we want the sheep eating well. So the fans are just making it a little bit cooler, which encourages them to eat more. And for the ewes, it encourages them to flush, and the rams to produce more testosterone. So we're just gonna leave those fans running. A little specialty group here gets some of that hay too. We don't always do it this way, but at this time of year we got a lot of different little groups and things going on, so each group has to be handled differently. I guess year-round there's always different groups going on, and you gotta tailor what you do to each group so that they perform to their best. So that is, let me think, about 125 sheep fed. Oh no, the other guys too. 130. So our skinny girl, we gave her one syringe of glycol this morning and her vitamin shots again. This girl here, she's the one at the back of this pen. We've been treating her for mastitis. We treated her yesterday, so we don't need to treat her again till tomorrow. But her udder is nice and even now, and it hasn't clumped up or gone hard, so I think we got that in time as well. But we're going to keep her on the antibiotics for 5 days, so tomorrow will be her 4th shot. In this pen over here, this is the group we're going to be sorting through. Today we're going to be deworming everybody and taking them off pasture, getting them prepped up for breeding. There's a Suffolk here. She's limping before anyone mentions it. We caught her yesterday and had a look at it. She doesn't have scald. She doesn't have anything apparently wrong. No broken leg. But she's very sore on it, so I assume that she's had a sprain because there's really nothing evident. But she is sore on her leg. And there's a Dorset we treated in here yesterday as well. Well, we didn't treat her, but she was limping, so we caught her. And she had cracked one of her hoofs off. So the tip got too long and it snapped off, and so that was just sore. So we just put a little bit of copper tox on it and let her go as well. I haven't seen her today, so maybe she's feeling better because we trimmed it as well. We trimmed her hooves all right up. And there's always something, but nothing major, and that's the main thing. I'm gonna pull out 30 Dorset ewes from in here today. They're gonna go in Hamish's group, so we'll be scanning them to make sure they're not related to Hamish, and I will be recording all the ewes that go into his group. We're gonna pull out 30 and then move them over today, but we are going to deworm everyone in here. So the 30 will go to the main barn in the breeding group. The rest that are left are gonna be kept indoors. The paddocks are played out now anyway. We've gotten enough rain to keep things going, but with the amount of sheep we have grazing, the fields are done. So at this point we'd be doing more harm than good by leaving them out there, in that they will be more likely to get parasites and that they will start to destroy the pastures. So the gate's open now because we're not going to do anything till this afternoon. So this will be their last grazing for a little while, but they're all going to get dewormed so that they're nice and healthy and in their best condition possible for breeding. Well, we went away for lunch. I guess someone else had lunch too. Looks like a pigeon met its demise. Oh, here's what's left of it. I don't know what got it, but something did. Right now we're getting prepared for deworming. So that means we had to let the rams out to get them out of the way. So they've gone out the back. Come on out. Okay, just for the afternoon, we're gonna let these guys out here in the paddock. This guy's got an injured leg, that's why he's in with the ewes. No, go back. Go on. They're gonna get to play outside for the day. They'll like that. While their mums get dewormed. Of course, all the ewes decide to go out to pasture when we want to get them in. So we got the dogs out here trying to bring them all back. Go on, shh. Go on. Good boy, Max. Good boy, Ben. Good dogs. Good dogs. That's a good dog. Here, Max, this way. Max, here. Here. Max! Ben! Here, Ben! Here, Ben! Come on, Ben! Get him up! Get him up! Here, Ben! Good boy. Good boy. Get him up. Here! Good girl, Katie. Now we gotta get him from here, out the barn. We got Katie back in here. She's good at pushing sheep. So all the sheep have basically been gathered up, and right now we're just running them through the chutes. I'm letting everybody go. Arnie is deworming everybody. We're using a white dewormer because we find that that covers the most variety of worms, and also when they're pregnant they're not supposed to have a white dewormer, so this way we cover all the worms that are treatable with the white dewormers. The one we're using is valbazen, and it's strapped to Arnie's back, and as they are loaded into the chute, he does each one and I let them go, and that's about it. The problem with this chute is that the bars on the chute are really tall. So if a sheep is struggling and doesn't want to lift her head up, Arnie's a foot taller than me, so he can reach down and pull her head up, but even he struggles with it. I can't reach down to the bottom to pull their head up at all. So that's one of the problems with this. I know with the new chute, those bars on top there can bend down so that you can reach in, and probably we're going to invest in one of those. So all the sheep got dewormed, and now we're running them through the chutes again. We're sending most of the sheep back to the old coverall, but we're going to pull out 30 ewes for Hamish's group now. So that means we've got to read everybody, and I've got to write down all their tag numbers and everything so that we have a backup record of who went into Hamish's group. Also, I'm putting a red dot on all the ones that are going into his group, just in case when they're in the barn, one of them somehow jumps over and gets into the other group. Then we'll know that all the red dots belong with Hamish, and the ones with no dots belong with Sheriff's group. It's just kind of a safety thing. That's why, like with Gladiator's group and Knockout's group, Glad has green dots and Knockout has red dots, just in case, because inevitably something like that would happen, and with breeding stock we want to make sure that everyone is with the correct ram that is recorded. Nope. So right now we only have a few more to put into Hamish's group, so we're being a little more selective. So when Arnie goes to try round them up to get them into the chute, he's trying to pick sheep that he thinks that he would like in Hamish's group. A couple of them were actually from Hamish, so they had to go back out again anyway. But we were planning on putting 30 sheep in his group, and we ended up putting 32 in his group.
You can look after them. It's not our sheep. It's not our sheep. Okay. She's going in the group? And how many more?
So we're going to let these two out? These two? Because Hamish is one of our better rams, in our opinion, we're trying to find ewes that match with him. So he's a very boxy ram, so we're looking for maybe equally boxy ewes to get that perfect shape, and maybe some of the taller ones to bring their size down.
Again? Okay, I don't want this one. No. Not some more.
Okay, so not the first two.
Come on, a little faster. This one here.
This one's okay. This one's
This one?
from Hamish, or she last year.
Out?
Yep, isn't it you, sir?
Let's do these two.
The other option with those Hamish ones, when we do the next breeding group, we could add some to it. This one we can add.
How many you got?
That's at 32. We went what I was trying to say
There's a nice ewe right there.
is those nice Hamish ones that went through.
Yeah.
In the second group, when we do them, we could add those ones to sheriff's groups. Put Hamish ones on.
Or I'm thinking different than that. Hamish is sheep, and real nice and square and stocky. Probably use a comfort ram. He'll add a little bit of size to them, and maybe a good match with the fat little chunky ones. But think about that.
Or you could put them with our two show sheep
Sure.
from Sheriff.
We're not even there yet. Let's not.
They're really nice.
Let's see what we have left.
They have their legs.
Okay. So we don't need any of this stuff anymore.
That's it for getting that job done. Okay, now the ones that aren't going into breeding groups are heading back. These ones will be bred for the February group. We've got all the Januaries out now. Okay, we've got Hamish on his own. He's wondering why he's all alone, but he's going to find out soon. Okay, here's his harem heading to the barn. That's Elsie who hurt her foot, but she's fine. Come on, girls, to the other barn. You got air conditioning. It's thundering, so we might make it before the storm starts. Okay, they went the wrong way. They thought they'd look at the veggies. Go on, back you go. Come on. They think it's childhood days where they used to go play on the porch. Hamish is in the other barn. That's the girls. Okay. They get to meet their man.
I think the Dorsets are looking better than Suffolk.
Well, they're easier keepers, that's for sure.
You know what the story of the Dorsets are? A lot of Australian human genetics, and the Suffolks, we've ruined them. We've made them into too many show sheep.
Yeah. The Aussies have the meat. How you guys doing? You ready to go back home? You ready to go back? That was a fun day out here, wasn't it? Good boy, Ben. Okay, they're headed for home. Buddy, was that fun? That was a good day. So, another busy day. We got a lot done, and we got Hamish another group, so that's good. And we got all these dewormed. We got a thunderstorm coming in right now, so Arnie's got to get that creep feed mixer under cover, and we're gonna call that a day. So I hope you enjoyed yourself today, and if you did, give us a like and tell your friends about us, and be sure to join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Thanks a lot. Bye.